What is going on, you guys? Anthony here, bringing you the first video on the new channel. That's right, the first video on the new channel. Super excited about it. With all that being said, most of the videos will revolve around this car here, right behind me, my 2000 Camaro Z28. I know you've probably seen, Camaros like this on YouTube a million times, done over and over again, and you are right. But have you ever seen a Camaro like this one? The truth is, you probably have, because there's really nothing special about this car, but it is special to me, and it'd be really cool if you join me in my journey to making this car my own.
He chose the inconvenience of purpose over the pleasure of sin. Anybody who says sin doesn't feel good didn't do it right.
So to start things off, I've owned this car for about 2 years now. I've done a few little things to kind of make it my own. Not as much as I want to do quite yet, but I've gotten a good little start on it, and there's gonna be a lot more to come. Here is a picture of what the car used to look like when I got it. And this is about how we're sitting now. I've got it almost how I want it. A few more little things that we have to do to it. Starting off, the first thing that I did to it about a week into ownership was I lowered it. Dropped it about 1.5 inches all the way around. This thing was a monster truck when I got it, so I couldn't be rolling around like that. The second thing I did was I went ahead and put these eBay tail lights on it. They were pretty cheap. One thing I really want to do with this car is just make it more of a budget car. So, we went with the eBay tail lights. They had some blacked out tail lights on it before. They didn't look the best. This definitely cleaned it up quite a bit. About a month after I got the car, I found these wheels on Facebook Marketplace. I couldn't pass them up. It was a pretty good deal, and they did come with some drag radials on the back, which I did need because the car was spinning pretty bad, and they were a big improvement over the wheels that were on it. A few other small things I did just to kind of make it my own. I did switch the pewter mirrors on there to black mirrors just to kind of go with the black top. Now, as far as the color on the car, I was never really a big fan of the pewter metallic, but I guess after owning it for a little bit, it's growing on me, and I think it's, pretty sharp looking car for what it is. One of my favorite modifications I've done so far is this SS spoiler. I know everybody does on the Z28, but they look so good, so I see why everybody does it. This one was actually green whenever I first bought it, and I went ahead and got it color matched to the car, and they did a really good job on it. It looks like it goes with the car. There's obviously a lot more that I have to do to get this thing looking the way I want it. It's by no means perfect, but we're on the road to get it there. She is definitely going to need some tint here in the near future because the old tint is no good. Moving on to the interior, I did manage to find these Corbeau seats on Marketplace as well. Got a really sweet deal on those, and I think they look pretty good in the car. I kind of always wanted that suede look, and I think it goes pretty good in the car. Obviously, like a typical F-body, the dash is trash, but again, that's another thing that we're just gonna have to fix up on this car. So a little backstory behind this car: my dad's neighbor actually used to own this car, and I would see it. I'd see him come back and forth, and I always thought the car sounded really good, and it was a decent looking car. So eventually he did decide to sell it, and my dad ended up buying it and did absolutely nothing with it, which is okay because he has his own Camaro. You'll see it on the channel here, featured eventually. And so he bought it, and he ended up reselling it, long story short. So that was back in 2018. So 2020, I believe it was 2022, I ended up finding the guy that my dad sold it to, and I just reached out to him, and I was like, hey, do you still have that Camaro that my dad sold you? And he said he did, and I asked him if he'd consider selling it. And it was kind of one of those things where I wasn't really sure if I was serious about getting it, but I wanted to go take a look at it, and I drove it, and I had to leave with it. There was no way I was gonna leave without it, and I don't regret it at all. It's been a fun little car. For now, it's basically stock. It just has long tubes, full exhaust, and that's really about it as far as I know. There are big plans coming for it though. This LS1 that's in it will be coming out this month. Drop a comment below if you can guess what type of motor I'm putting in it. It's still gonna be an LS, so there's a hint, but the LS1 is coming out, so new motor coming soon. Really excited about that. It's gonna be a heads cam intake build, and it should make it quite a bit faster, which I'm really excited about. But for now, you know, I daily drive this car and it gets me where I need to be. It sounds decent. It's not the fastest thing, but it looks pretty cool while driving it. Alright, you guys, so stay tuned. There's gonna be a lot coming for this car. I'm really excited about getting it to where I want to be. Also, there's gonna be a lot of other cars featured on the channel as well. A few of my other cars that you'll see eventually, and the neighborhood I live in is full of car people. A lot of them are really good friends of mine, and you will see some of their cars on the channel as well. A lot of them have really unique cars that you don't see every day. So stay tuned, drop a like, subscribe, drop a comment, say hi, whatever you want to do. We will see you guys next time.